stop for 90 minutes. Now it's time for your daily visit. Mickey Talks. Mickey Talks. He's with Matt Davis. Mickey Talks. So here's the latest. Mickey Talks. Glad you made it. Mickey Talks. Mickey Talks.
Craving fresh, mouth-watering seafood? Come to Natalie's Seafood Kitchen in Falston. From crispy crab cakes to an amazing lobster ravioli. We're serving up all your favorites, hot, fresh, and made with love. Family-owned, locally loved, Natalie's is where flavor meets freshness. Located right in the heart of Falston, right off of Route 1. Taste the difference at Natalie's. Natalie's is where flavor meets freshness. Hey, everybody. It is show 102.
102.
Wow, this is amazing for us. Thank you, everybody. It is Mickey Talks. We're very excited to be here. You know, Matt, today is well, first of all, let me ask you this. We were off yesterday. We both had a ton we were doing. Did you go to Hershey Park?
Yeah, we went in the rain.
Did it rain up there the whole time?
Got up there, and the minute we pulled into the parking lot, the skies open up. And then I walked down in the rain to the gate, realized once I got searched and through security that I had my pocket knife with me. So I had to walk back to the car.
In the rain
with the pocket knife and put that back in the car. And then did we talk about my hobby of lock picking?
Yeah, I know that you can pick locks.
Yeah. So I got back down there, and they put the little thing in front of me again. Beep, 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 beep. It was my little lock pick inside my thing. And I was like, well, look, I was like, it's not a weapon. I said, can I take it into the park with me? And she's like, I don't know. I got to get some more security over here. So she waves over like the police and like all these people, right? So my daughter and my wife and my daughter's friend are waiting for me.
Charles Manson took us to the park today. This is terrible, right. I think.
And they're looking at it. They're like, I don't know, sir. If that's what it is, a lock pick, I don't think I can let you in here with it. And I was like, all right. So I walked back to the car again in the rain, and then bought some very expensive Hershey Park ponchos that we could all wear at the park.
They're good to cover yourself in when you're soaking wet.
Oh, yeah. Right. After you're soaking wet, you put that on, and then you just bake in the heat.
Nothing dries off.
Right.
It's beautiful. You keep that all moist in there under that cover.
Half the stuff was closed, but it did end up stopping, and we got on some rides.
So finally, a beautiful Davis family holiday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was wonderful. No, we did have fun, actually. We ended up having fun.
So, man, let me tell you about my day yesterday. Whew. All right. So I get up very early. I find myself standing in Canton at the Korean Park there. You know where I mean?
Yeah.
And Ed Hale announced that he was running, officially announced he's running for governor. Now, originally, and this is on record, this is the first place he ever announced
he did
that he was thinking about running for governor, was on this show. And right after that, people started writing things. And the next thing you know, he makes an official announcement yesterday.
And you were right up front for that press conference, weren't you?
I was actually invited to be there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say something that's weird, but something hit me yesterday. I almost recorded a video and said it, but I wanted to say it on the show first because it really is important to me. I've talked about all my troubles in the past. Everybody knows all this bullshit I've done to myself, been through the catastrophe that is my life.
Yeah, you've always been very upfront and honest about your life. You don't hide stuff from people.
I try not to. Some stuff you got to keep just because your own sanity, but yeah, I'm pretty open. However, I found myself leaving there yesterday, and I said to myself, you're a ninth grade dropout. You've never really had a real job your whole life.
Oh, come on.
No, hold on. True? I'm talking about the way most people think.
Okay.
I agree doing the radio is a real job, but 1% of 1% of 1% of 1% of 1% of people ever get to live the kind of life I've lived.
Sure.
It's insane. All of that happened. And at 56 years old, I found myself invited by the person who is announcing that they're running for governor of Maryland.
Yeah.
It was one of those moments in my life where I went, are you shitting me? How'd I get off this exit?
You guys go way back, though, don't you?
So Ed, I met. This is a great, honestly, a really. I'm going to talk. Good. Thank you for letting me.
Yeah.
Because people are going to question why Ed Hale. Why are you so adamant about Ed?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you exactly why right now. When I was doing afternoon drive on 98 Rock, Ed Hale had come and done my show a couple times in the afternoon. First time I met him, we had a hilarious conversation because I didn't treat him like a square. Soon as he sat down, the first thing I said to him, I said, okay, Ed, nice to meet you. You know, we know each other through other people, but it's great to meet you, man. My first question, he goes, all right, what do you got? I go, how much money you seriously got?
Did you really ask him that?
And he laughed out loud and he said, I'll put it this way, a lot. And I was like, hell yeah. And we just had, and then I was just able to talk. Anyway, he did my afternoon show. Mornings, I get mornings. I'm petrified because Kirk, Mark, and Lopez left Friday. I start Monday.
Yeah, right.
I've been in radio all of 2.5 years, by the way, officially hired.
Yeah.
Now I'm replacing Kirk, Mark, and
the
Lopez.
number one morning show in town.
On 98 Rock.
Yeah.
In 2.5. Okay. That day that I got the job, that Monday that I got the job, I'm driving home from my first day doing mornings, and I get a phone call on my cell, and I'm hello, and he says, Mickey. I said, yeah. He says, Ed Hale. Wow, how you doing, Mr. Hale? He said, call me Ed, right? Okay, Ed, how you doing? He said, listen, I just want you to know, I just talked to Ed Kiernan, and I had him.
That was our general manager at the time.
I had him move all of my advertising money throughout the whole BAL system directly to just your show.
Is that right?
That was my first day.
That's amazing.
Right? I kind of fill up right now when I tell the story.
Yeah.
And there was for no other reason that man did that for me. Okay. Cut to 2016, 17. I'm in one of the worst places I've ever been in my life, scared to death, didn't know what I was going to do next, had no money, barely had a place to live. I called Ed and I said, Ed, look, I need some help. He said, come over here and talk to me. I went over. I had a 5-minute conversation with him, and he said, no problem. And then he also said, why don't you get back into radio? And I was like, where am I going to go, Ed? Where am I going to go? He said, why don't I call Nick Mangione, who owns the radio station CBM out in Pikesville. And I was like, wow. He goes, they got an FM thing, whatever, and they're kind of looking to do something with it. 2 days later, I'm sitting with Nick Mangione, and he hires me to do afternoons there because of what Ed did. I get that job. The radio station was not right for me. It was not, and it's not their fault, and it wasn't mine.
The total opposite format of 98 Rock.
Of anything I've ever done, and I didn't know how to be anything but me.
Right.
Didn't work out. Okay. 2 years, 2 or 3, I don't know the exact number after that, Ed called me up and had a question about some, I can't exactly remember what it was, social media or something about the blast. And I went over and I started talking to him, and he's like, what are you doing now? And he basically created a job for me with the blast. Was it a lot of money? No, not a lot of money, but it was something.
Yeah.
He literally did not need me.
And created something for
at
you.
all.
Yeah.
And instead of just giving me money, he gave me pride, and he gave me dignity, and something that would hold me, at least put food in my mouth. So I want to look right into the camera right now. If anybody in the world questions the integrity, honesty, or wherewithal of Ed Hale, you can kindly go fuck yourself. I lived it. He did it for no fucking reason. Our guest today, Matt, is a guy we've known for a long time. A long time.
It is. By the way,
And you've said that to me several times.
before we get to our guests, let's quickly tell people that we have our event coming up on September 11th.
Yeah.
It's a Mickey Talks thank you to everybody that's kind of supported us along the way, all of our sponsors, the people who viewed and watched us and helped us out in any way. We're doing a premiere of Spinal Tap 2 on September 12th. September 11th. Doesn't come out till the 12th.
Yeah.
We're going to get you to see it on September 11th, and we'll get you a concert from Never Never. It's free. All you got to do is email us, and the seats are filling up, right? We've got quite a few people already locked in for this. So if you want yours today, send us an email at mickeytalkspod@gmail.com. It's linked in the description. Just put Spinal Tap 2 in the subject line and give us your name, and we'll get you a ticket for you and a guest.
I love it.
Yeah.
Vance. I'm going to just bust it out, man.
Yeah.
Vance is here.
Tell people who Vance is if they don't know.
No, you do it.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, Matt. You're the broadcast guy.
I love Vance, and he's involved in so many different things here in Maryland. Number one, he's here today to talk about Stand Stock, which is going to help a concert that's going to help children with cancer. So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into Vance has been the president of Sheffield Institute for a long time. There's a lot of stuff to talk about and unpack there. And he's also the creator of the Maryland Music Awards, which has been happening for the last several years as well. So proud to have him here in the studio with us, Vance Van Horn. And tell us about Stand Stock and what's happening this year.
Stand Stock is an amazing event. If you guys know Stan, when we had our very first one, Lee Townsend from the Ravens called me up. And he said, listen, I'm with Stan and we're going to do this little concert and we want to give the money to a charity. And we know you have a charity. So I said, yeah, okay, well, I'll take it. Then he goes, well, you have that big 48-foot recording truck. Can you bring that out for people to see? And I said, yeah, I can bring it out. I said, but, I can't just leave it on the parking lot at McAvoy's. I mean, it's a it's $1 million truck.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
it's so funny when you say it that way.
And Lee said, I'll sleep in a tent. And he slept in a tent on the parking lot. God bless him.
Wow.
And we had it there for, I think, 2 or 3 years. I don't know, until somebody
complained,
because it was loud. I mean, I will say it was loud. And now, this one coming up is at Falston Barrel House.
Yeah.
It's 6 and 7, I believe, at Falston Barrel House. And we've got 45 bands, man.
It's unreal.
Over 2 days.
Yeah.
Like, it's overwhelming. I walked up to one once, and it's just, you know what? It's like being at a metal convention.
You see everybody.
You see everybody there is. There's people, it's just insane.
Yeah.
And it's fun, man.
A lot of incredible musicians.
Insane dudes.
Well, it's not just the musician. It is the musicians, but it's also everybody that loves music comes. And everybody knows everybody. And then on top of that, last year, I think we had 85 silent auction items. They had so many items that they went all the way down the Falston Barrel House and kind of looped around a little bit.
Yeah. It's an amazing event, man. It really is. And, that's one of those kind of festival idea things, whatever they are, that are so incredible for the right reasons. First of all, it was started for a good reason.
Yep.
Your charity, which is a wonderful charity and foundation, benefits from it. And it's all bands that are all coming together at once, and they raise real money with real things.
Yeah.
It's not some guy sitting there going, well, I can afford $10,000. I'll buy that piece of art. No, these are regular folks coming out. Plumbers, carpenters, secretaries, nurses. Yeah, there's doctors and lawyers there, but everybody's just it's a wonderful place to be in.
And Falston Barrel House also donates money from the event, which is very cool.
Yeah, that's incredible. Vance, throw out some names of bands that are going to be there this year, and then I think we got to get into what your charity is about too, because it's very personal for you.
Yes.
I know.
Well, one of the bands is the band you just mentioned. Never Never is going to be there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Atomic Light Orchestra.
Yeah.
And honestly, I can't think of the other ones.
That's
But you can go
That's
online.
enough.
You can go online, and they're all listed with the times that they're going to play and who they are and what stage they're on. So they have an outside stage, they have an inside stage, and then they have an acoustic area.
Yeah.
And Matt, if you don't mind, could I please just remind you that Vance isn't concerned with all those little details. Vance runs the whole thing.
He does.
He
I
has
know.
people that
Right.
handle all that.
Yeah.
So to ask him a question like that, I just found to be a little rude.
I've got you linked, Vance. Don't worry. It's stansock.org, and it's in our description if you want to check it out.
But you know what? When you say that, Mick, I
Yeah.
mean, what's wonderful about that is I try to stay out of it, because if I start bringing bands I want and stuff, people are like, well, why didn't you get me? Well, why didn't you get me?
Vance, can I ask you an honest question? Because it
Sure.
might help me.
Sure.
You are maybe one of the best. I mean this. I want to word it right. Like you, producer, like
Oh, yeah.
executive, the guy that knows everything that has to be done, and not only that, Vance, your patience it's legendary. I have watched you handle complete, utter shit shows with grace, dignity, and the most effectiveness. So my question, after I've set you up as the greatest human,
and you both worked on the show.
yes,
It's true.
but so what I'm saying to you is this: do you finally realize in life that you can see it all, but you don't necessarily have the skill set to do it all?
Oh, absolutely.
I think that's what I finally learned in life.
Absolutely.
I always thought I needed to know how to do everybody's job
No.
instead of saying, here's what I need. Everybody that can do those jobs, because I'm the what's that word they use
You
now?
gotta be a
The
good
kids?
delegator.
Well, it's more than that, though. It's like the visionary.
Right, the visionary.
The visionary. And I it's a weird word to use about yourself because it sounds so
No, it's
self-grandizing or
not,
whatever.
but when you have an idea, like
Correct.
I'll give you an example. When I did the Maryland Music Awards, the first one, I go to Puerto Rico every year for a week and just chill.
Yeah.
And I take a pad of paper with me down to the pool every day, and I sit there and I just write things.
What a brilliant idea.
And I'm like, Maryland doesn't have any kind of music award things. So I came
Right.
back to Sheffield and I brought everybody in the conference room, and I went, guys, I got this idea. And I said, we're going to have like a Maryland version of the Grammys.
Yeah.
And if you could have seen the look on people's
Sure.
faces,
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
And I-
whatever.
And I said, and I'm going to put it on television.
Yeah.
And they went, yeah, okay.
Okay. Right.
But,
It
but
worked.
we did it.
It was
You-
amazing.
Yeah,
I hosted it
You were the
twice, three
first. You
times.
were.
Yeah. I mean, and then that's another thing, Vance, I always wanted to say to you. You gave me more opportunities and thought of me so often, and sincerely thank you. I don't know if I showed that all the way, but I don't know how much, if I ever expressed how much I appreciated your me catching your eye.
We had some good times, especially the TV show.
Oh, that TV show
That TV
was
show.
incredible. You know, ironically, I wanted to say this on the show. What we're doing, Matt,
Right.
ultimately is the TV show
is,
that Vance
right.
and I knew
It is.
was
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
Sure.
It was just kind of me holding court with really interesting people. And I
Mhm.
don't mean that I didn't mean holding court like it's mine, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm the goofy lunatic
Right.
just pointing around the room and shit.
But we had some really interesting conversations.
Woo! You know my favorite one? I
know
bet you know.
I know what you're going to tell me.
I'm going to write it down and then you say it. Okay, I'm just going to write one word. Okay.
Have anything to do with the dominatrix?
No.
Oh,
no.
wasn't that one?
No. You're going to be shocked at my answer, I think.
Okay.
Do you remember Kwaize Mfume?
Yeah, but he was there with the.
Oh, it's the
dominatrix.
same one?
It's the same one.
I didn't
yeah.
realize. I'm just so focused on the conversation.
That's when he was sitting upstairs,
Stairs.
and the girl came up with the girl on the chain, like her pony.
So my guest was Kwaize Mfume, who was at the time, I believe,
It's the head of the NAACP.
he was the president of the national,
Right.
the whole country, NAACP. My other guest was a dominatrix. Now,
That's planning.
Not only that,
Oh, that wasn't the good part.
up in the loft where the guests waited till they were called down to the set,
Yeah.
Kwaisa Mfume is in there. And let me just say this about Mr. Mfume.
He was a great guy.
He was an amazing gentleman.
Yeah, he was.
And him and I had one of the realest conversations about the N-word ever, I think, recorded in front of people. However, he's up there. Gentleman, suit, tie, who he is, present. And the dominatrix walks in with a slave on a chain crawling.
Yeah.
I had no idea any of this had happened.
Neither
by
did
the way.
I.
And neither did Vance. It was, and the way he handled that was with such grace, and I apologized over myself because that was not
So
intentional.
wait. Like,
Yeah.
back up just a little bit.
Yeah.
So the dominatrix comes out with a slave. Is that what you're telling me?
She had this girl on a chain,
On a chain,
like a pony.
like a pony. I can't
Oh,
explain
all right.
it. Like
Yeah.
it was bizarre.
It
Like,
was a white girl.
The dominatrix was, yes.
yes, I don't think the other girl was
No,
black.
the other girl was black.
Okay.
That's right.
That's right.
That's the whole
that
irony
was
of
the
it.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus.
All right. That's what I thought you were telling me.
But in all fairness,
Okay.
they were a real couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was real.
It was all real.
Okay.
So that's kind of like, yeah, dude, that's the TV show we did.
Yeah, I remember the TV show. Oh,
Then
yeah.
I had-
did the TV show.
Right.
Yeah,
and
you
then,
were on it. Yeah.
then I had, do you remember Ryan Lochte, the Olympic,
Mm-hmm.
basically the number 2 Michael Phelps guy?
Yeah.
His sister, Megan, who, by the way, is one of the funniest people I've ever met just to talk to. And she did the show. She was originally kind of like a co-host.
Yeah, she was.
She was supposed to be like this funny, quirky side, host. And anyway, I was the second show, maybe first. I don't know. We're talking and opening of the show, and I go, so Megan, you went and saw your brother in China perform, at the Olympics. What was China like? I shouldn't say what she said, right? I mean, right now I shouldn't say
Oh,
it.
boy. I don't know.
Yeah. She used the CH word for Chinese people
Oh,
that ends in Y. Think about that. It's the regular word, but she put a Y on
Yeah.
the end of it to describe China.
right.
That word E. And I just was like, it was so ridiculous. I was like, oh my God, are you insane? Like I couldn't believe what was happening. And then it just went further and further.
It was funny as hell.
It was
actually.
hilarious.
It was hilarious.
But it was so wrong.
Yeah.
But oh my God, that show was,
So after she did that,
yeah,
I got calls from the New York Times.
it was
I
incredible.
got calls from the Chicago Tribune.
All because of her connection to her brother, obviously.
Well,
right?
because of her brother, and
Yeah.
then I forget what was the guy's name that was he was like the big social media guy at the time.
Perez
Something
got a
Perez.
hold of it. Remember that? Remember that really guy talks like that? What was he had the Pink Show or whatever it was called? What's that dude's name?
I don't know, but he broke it. But it was
Perez Hilton.
it was like a year
Okay.
late. It was like a year later, and he broke it.
Yeah, a year later it came up.
Wow.
And when he broke it, my son calls me. He goes, "Dad, I'm getting phone calls from everybody."
That's crazy. A year after it happened,
Yeah,
too.
after it happened.
That's
So
amazing.
She actually, I think, unfortunately, she was a sweetheart. She had to move.
Yeah,
She was getting harassed.
Really?
so
yeah,
bad,
she had
yeah.
to disappear
Wow.
for a while. It was
Sheesh.
sad.
Yeah.
I mean, she got, we saw people get canceled. She was one of the first,
Yeah.
where I ever saw that machine just go in on somebody so unnecessarily because she really, everything she said was tongue in cheek.
Sure.
And you have to honestly believe she thinks poorly of Chinese people
Right.
in order for that kind of hatred to really matter in a funny situation.
Yeah.
And none of that's true.
Yeah.
So as far as I told that dude when he called me and said, why didn't you defend it more? Why were you laughing? And I said, because it's hilarious. And he said, well, what's so hilarious about it? I said, the absurdity.
Yeah.
Do you understand that that's a natural reaction when people see something, hear something absurd? It causes a reaction in the body.
Mhm.
By the way, caused by the exact same thing that makes people cry. It's how you're processing the moment. And he goes like this. Wow. Okay. Thank you. Click. That That was how I got canceled.
Yeah.
My whole thing was no comment.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you went no comment.
No comment.
I've never said that. I still don't even know what that means. You mean you're not going to respond to what somebody said?
That's your other
Well,
podcast.
that-
Mickey does not comment.
Yeah, I do no comment.
Yeah, then I got hit with her lawyer, her brother's
boy.
lawyer.
Yeah, he
And
tried to get you to
was
take
a
it
whole
all
nother
down,
thing.
right?
He tried to get me to take everything down. I said, listen, it's up on the internet. It's too late now, pal.
Sheesh.
You know,
It was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
it was fun.
Well, everything that Mickey said about you, by the way, Vance, ditto, because you've always looked out for me as well and
Thank you.
involved me in some cool stuff. And I hosted the Maryland Music Awards
you
one
did.
year too. And
And you've been our MC for the charity events.
for the charity, yeah. Do you want to talk about the background of the charity at all? Because this all goes towards an amazing cause.
Yeah, well, as you know, it's because of the death of my daughter.
Yeah. So
But-
it's the Nicole Van Horn Trust Fund.
Yes,
Right.
but it's I was talking to somebody the other day, a friend of mine who started a new charity, and they were telling me that they gave out their first check, and I said there was nothing like it, was it? And she said, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And that's the way I feel when you go into a house with a kid that has cancer
Yeah.
and you can give their parents a check. It's the best feeling in the world.
Incredible. Yeah. I mean, Vance, talk about that because this charity, you don't have some gigantic staff that you're paying salaries and things like that.
You're looking at the staff.
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah.
You take those funds, and what do you do with the funds that you make off of
you know,
this?
it's funny. We used to be able to get into Hopkins because, we spent 4 years in Hopkins. So I know what people go through.
Yeah,
So we used to be able to get into Hopkins, and we would give every kid in Hopkins, whether they were in or the outpatient, I'd give them anything they wanted.
right. So you would get a list from them, right?
Yep, I get a list from them. But then HEPA occurred, and they wouldn't tell you the age. They wouldn't
Huh.
tell you their name. They wouldn't tell you
That's
anything.
sad.
They'd say, well, just get everybody iPads. And I'm like, no, I was buying these kids what they wanted,
Yeah.
Right.
you
Yeah.
know? So
They
now,
wouldn't even hook you up with parents.
so now what I do is I look for somebody in the hospital.
Yeah.
I get them what they want, and then I tell them to go to the room next to them. And I tell that person to go to the
Oh,
room
that's a
next to 'em.
great idea,
You know,
Vince.
because
Yeah.
they can't stop that. And
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I've driven down to the hospital on numerous occasions and given out like Xboxes and stuff like that.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
So it's
What a great
Yeah.
tribute to your daughter, man. I mean,
it's
that's
cool.
it has been how many years now?
28.
28 years. Yeah.
And Vance, look, I'm not going to ask you to dwell on it for a second. I'm not. Can't imagine it. Anyway, buddy, I do want to tell you though. I've been to many of those events. One of my favorite events, by the way, was the one we did at Martin's East Wind.
Was that where you gave out the tickets to the Ravens thing?
I think
Do
so.
you remember that?
Help me.
That was hysterical.
What did I do?
So Spencer Falau, who's a friend of mine,
Right,
he was
right.
a lineman for the Ravens.
Right.
He had 2 tickets to a very, very private event with the Colts that won the championship.
Oh, right.
And the Ravens that won the championship.
Right.
It was at Ruth Chris.
Yes.
And he said, I'll give you 2 tickets to auction off. You got everybody in the middle of the room,
Yeah.
and we started the auction, and it went up and up and up. And I think we got to like $2,800 or $3,800. And, you kept looking at the other, there was 2 people, and
Yeah.
you kept looking at the other one going, so you can let them walk away with that? You could offer, So finally, the other person stopped bidding. And as
Yeah.
soon as they stopped bidding, Spencer stepped up and went, here's another set of tickets.
Ah, that's amazing. I remember it. And then they both paid.
Yep.
They both
paid.
kept their word.
Yep.
The guy paid what he stopped bidding at, and the guy paid the winning
Wow, that's
bid.
amazing.
So we made
I-
about $6,000
Yeah.
off that.
Yeah,
Incredible.
It was yeah, and I'll tell you what, that event was amazing. Is that the night you did?
the
Your
hypnosis show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fun
Yeah.
as hell night.
It was
man.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the hypnotist show. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that was a great night.
Hysterical.
It really was. It was.
Yeah.
I still got pictures and video from that night.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been. Is gotten a real word? I've gotten to do or got to do.
I've been able to maybe.
How do you say that, Matt? You're smarter than me, I think.
Oh well, I got to right.
I have had the chance
Yeah.
to do some of the most amazing things.
It's all the same.
Yeah. And it all goes back to the way we opened the show with leaving that gubernatorial announcement yesterday with Ed Hale. Sometimes things hit you and you go, God damn, I am the luckiest.
Yeah.
And that's what I finally realized.
Yeah.
I know you have, and certainly Vance and Matt, we've all hustled to get where we are.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of luck and good fortune
There is a
And-
lot,
and-
a
and-
lot of luck, though.
A lot of luck, man. And I'm starting to understand it and starting to kind of live off of it. And instead of always worrying like, oh shit, what could go wrong? I think, let's see what could go right.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
gotta,
And that's
you gotta
just-
think like that.
That's how I think. And it finally is dawning on me.
Yeah.
That's just the person I am. I know bad shit's coming. I know it.
Well, that's
Just don't
life,
know when.
right?
That's
just
just
life.
don't know when.
Yeah.
Right now, let's have some good shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's how I'm doing it.
Well,
Absolutely.
if I have another charity event, Matt, I've already talked to you. If you would, I would love to have you do another hypnotist show.
Hell
Of
yeah.
course, I got to get. Nick and I have been talking about me getting that together. So it's been since the pandemic.
The one you did that I really loved, and I can't remember what the venue was where you had 6 guys and 6 girls, and you made the guys the girls and the girls the guys,
Yeah.
and then you made them pregnant.
Yeah,
was
yes,
I was
pregnant
crying.
men,
I
yes.
was crying.
Oh, Vance, let me say one other thing.
Women
Because
love that when the men get a taste of having
Yeah.
giving birth.
I want to say something. I met you now probably, how old am I? So 35, 40 years ago, probably
Long
met.
time.
And I don't even know if your son was born when we met, but I basically watched him grow up.
Oh yeah.
And I always thought you were a really cool guy. I still do.
Thank
You're
you.
one of the coolest dudes I've ever met. But one of the best compliments I'd like to give you right now is you have one of the coolest sons. And let me tell you something. It takes a great dad most of the time
He's a
to-
good kid.
to raise a really cool son.
Well,
Yeah, Mike is the man.
And I just want to compliment you. I've watched you over the years. You're an incredible dad.
From working the show, he was the one that hired all the talent.
He did everything, man.
And he got us some strange.
unbelievable. But what a great guy, Vance.
For
and,
sure.
Thank you.
And you and Nancy have done an amazing job raising
Yeah,
that guy.
just one last
He's a
show.
grown ass man
Yeah,
now.
now
but
he's 42 or
yeah,
43.
yeah.
One last thing, I don't know if you remember, he also hired a hooker from DC.
So it was one of my favorite interviews.
Yeah.
It was a call girl.
It was a call girl.
And I
I,
remember I said
Yeah, you've been talking about wanting to do
it was
that for
one
our
of the
show.
greatest interviews I've ever had.
Yeah.
I had to send a limo to pick her up.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And I had to pay her fee, which was like $300 or something
For 1 hour.
for 1 hour.
1 hour, $300, and I could talk about anything I wanted.
And
Wow.
she gave us some stories.
She did not give me any names. No, she didn't do that. She would describe men as white, wealthy in this industry.
Yeah.
Like it was great.
Now, did you have to deal with a pimp to in all of this?
No.
No.
No,
Interesting.
And this was pre-internet.
Yeah,
Huh.
he asked her about all that. She said she didn't have one, but she did have a guy that she worked with.
Yeah,
But she explained them. I remember this
Yeah.
vividly. She basically said, I'd be a fool not to say I'm at risk in what I do.
yeah.
So all my appointments, he walks me to the door and he will wait in the car until we are done. If it's long weekend stuff, he will always be, I check in with him so that he knows I'm okay.
And she said sometimes he joins in.
He sometimes joins in
Wow.
with other men,
Okay,
but it's not her boyfriend.
Yeah.
It is a strict business arrangement.
but you didn't see this guy that day, I guess.
No, I did not.
No, she didn't bring him, luckily.
But she explained it in detail, man.
No, yeah.
It was, you know what? And I remember leaving that interview and thinking, who am I to tell a woman what she can do with that thing? Who am I?
Well,
Who am I?
The problem is a lot of those people are trafficked. So that
This lady was not.
Well, right,
No,
right.
yes.
I'm saying there's probably a small portion of the percentage of people that are doing that
Go ahead.
who are doing it on their own.
Do you think so? I think it's
I don't
probably.
know.
I think it's probably almost 50%.
You
This
think
lady,
so?
Yeah.
this lady was not cute either. Let me point
No, no,
out.
no, 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 no.
She was pretty.
She was.
I don't know how he found her, but
Yeah. I don't either. I don't know, but it was a great interview.
Look,
man.
I think adults should be able to do what adults want to do.
I'm a
But
libertarian.
that
I
being
guess.
said, you need to regulate the human trafficking part of that industry.
Yeah, but I mean, yes, but you also need to regulate, alcohol poisoning, and all kinds of other things. It doesn't take away from people that can do it responsibly.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's who I talk to.
Yeah.
Someone that does it responsibly. And I'm telling you, if you are safe and you know you're in a good situation, it's hard for me to have a problem with it. Would I want my daughter to do it? No. Would I want my wife or whatever, or someone I love to do it? I'm going to be honest.
Of course not.
I would not.
Right.
But could I be friends with someone who does? Yes, I could. Could I respect someone who does? Yes, I could. Do I have boundaries with someone who does that? Yes, I do.
Would
and I
you
would
do it
accept
yourself?
Now it's called fans only.
Yeah, well, OnlyFans. Yeah.
OnlyFans,
Would I do it myself? Like, would I be a male escort?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I've never really thought about it because I'm not.
And how much would you charge?
At first, I'd be the only free. I would be free all the time.
Yeah.
Free male escort. No, I don't know what I would charge, but I don't think I could do it, Matt.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. No, I won't. Well, I'll just say this. I've never really been a kind of hookup dude.
Yeah.
I love sex, man. It is a huge part of my life. Don't get me wrong. But I like it with one person.
Is that you?
Most of the time. Every now and then I seem to be able to add a very beautiful other person.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. But I mean, sex is very important. Absolutely. But I'm not that guy. I got friends, man. The numbers are and
Well,
Vance, we know
You're breaking
Matt,
a lot of hearts today, Mick.
It's part of the business.
I'll tell you what, it is part of the business.
It is.
And we all know the people, but I'm okay, man. I don't need that. Never did. I like a chick. I like a chick. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And that's who I like.
It's part of the business until you wake up. And if, when I was young, it was a whole different can of worms.
Yeah, of course.
It's all different now.
Yeah.
You also worked with us at the beginning of Shogun.
I did.
Did you do the first one?
When you were still editing them in that little studio. I did the
Yeah.
very first one.
Yeah.
I actually did the broadcasting, and that's how I met John, did the play-by-play.
Right.
So I would ask this monster who I didn't know really. I mean, I knew him, and we had seen each other previously, but we had never, sat down together.
Yeah.
And I would ask, and I didn't know much. Like, and he would be commenting, and I'm watching the show, and I'm learning MMA as I'm doing the broadcast by what John's describing. I'm seeing, and I have to make it sound articulate that it's happening, so John can comment on it. It was wild, man.
Yeah.
That whole era was wild. I met John at a UFC event. A friend of ours, Chris Thomas, asked me to go to a UFC event. And John had just gotten or was about to get MMA legalized in the state of Maryland.
I remember that.
And we were at the Hooters, and we're all talking. There was a bunch of fighters there and stuff. And John comes up and he goes, you do video? I went, yeah. He goes, well, when I get this legalized, can you just bring one camera and shoot? I went, yeah, I can do that. Well, by the time it got legalized, we were at the Civic Center.
Yeah, it was at the Civic Center. We did 10,000 or whatever it was, 8,000 people.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. By the way, we've had John on the show, Vance, and he talked about you, how much your involvement and all that helped him. And it's that's the thing about this town, Matt, and that's what I love about our show. As we all come up in life, right? We all meet all these people. And I just like the idea that this show has become sort of a place where we can all kind of check back in and talk about that shit. Yeah. And because it's also an important part of our lives. But as you get older, you start to realize when we were in our 20s and 30s, some of us have children and grandchildren in those ages. We don't get to be us much.
Yeah.
So as much as we can get together, I used to wonder, God, why do all those old people get up in their 70s and 80s and go watch Al Rossi play at Giovanni's up there on Pulaski Highway or at the Barrel House on their Sundays? Why, God, it's got to take all day to get dressed. Some of these people can barely walk. And you know what? I'm starting to understand that. And I'm starting to realize that we're actually younger, older people.
Right. No,
we are younger.
Yeah.
When people
this
were
is
50,
the beginning of the end, Mick.
But what I mean by that, I don't
know about me.
No. I don't think either one of you guys understood what I meant. We are much younger than people before us who were our same age.
Sure.
We live younger now than anyone our ages ever lived.
Agreed.
We still go out on the weekends. We get, you guys, and you're not much big drinker, but we'll go out and get tooted up, whatever we do. We still like that stuff. We'll go see bands on a Friday night, in jeans and t-shirts. And
I don't drink or smoke.
Yeah, I know you. That's right.
I've just kind of got to the point where I went,
if
I'm out, I might do a shooter with a friend or something, but I don't go out just to.
I'm same way. Maybe that's why we did get along all these years. You never had to deal with me drunk or high or anything else. Just being a lunatic.
But don't you also find that as you're older, and both of you, don't you look back at some of the stuff that you did and went, wow, that was cool. I just didn't realize.
I'm starting
cool
the first time in my life, I'm starting to reflect. That's why I keep saying, like, I'm starting to be so thankful and grateful instead of so resentful and angry. Yeah. Like, has part of my life been insanely insane? Without a doubt. Have I hurt people along the way? I have. I'm not an idiot, but I have been incredibly blessed. I've done amazing things. I've done amazing things for other people because of what I've been able to experience. Like, I've tried to give as much love or more than pain I've caused others. And I'm a lucky little bastard. That's all I can say. At the end of the day, I am a lucky little bastard.
Yeah, I used to.
And go at hell.
I'd be going home from Sheffield some days where we had a bad day, and I'd be so pissed off. I'm like, I'm going to quit this fucking job.
Of course, man.
And then I pull over on the side of the road and go, are you out of your goddamn mind?
What are you going to do?
Well, right. I mean, I
just go sell insurance.
My bad day in radio is like, somebody else's greatest day.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's funny. You came here to talk about the concert that's coming up, of course, and you can check out the website for the lineup and everything. But let's get into a little bit about Sheffield and what that was and what you've been able to parlay that into, because it's a lot of different productions.
Well, Sheffield, I was there for 43 years. I owned it for the last maybe 10 years. Before that, it was John Ariosa, who was brilliant. But John was a different kind of guy. He was very smart at everything, but he wasn't good with people. And he moved to Florida. And when he moved to Florida, I was kind of like the next guy in line. So, I bought the place. And man, while I was there, I was thinking about this the other day. I did 4 Super Bowls. I did probably 4 Grammys. I did 18 years of the New Orleans Jazz Fest. I did the
Mickey Coachella talk show.
Talk show.
For people that don't know, Sheffield it's a school, but it's also recording studios, and it's also live production and sound.
Correct.
Right. Yeah.
And we had a big remote recording truck that went all over the country.
Yeah. Name some of the artists that truck hosted.
We've got right now, I think we've got 25 gold or platinum records.
Yeah.
From that truck.
And who's on the wall?
Oh, geez. Who isn't on the wall?
It's unreal, dude.
Rod Stewart, Aerosmith.
Yes, is on the wall. Like, not the band. I mean, to think of somebody, they're probably on the wall.
Everybody's on the wall. It is pretty incredible when I walk in and look at that wall, I go, really? I did that shit?
Yeah.
No, I did that. We did that. And that's another thing. Sheffield was a family, and everybody there was a family. I think that was the toughest thing. When we got hit with COVID, we lost probably 95% of our business.
Yeah.
And I actually had to shut the building down. I was going to claim bankruptcy. And the guy said to me, he goes, no, everybody's going through this. He goes, so just lock the doors and lay everybody off for a couple months.
Yeah.
And I said, I can't do that. These guys are like my family. And as a matter of fact, 2 of them were my family. And so that's what I did. And we stayed shut for, I don't know, maybe 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah.
And then I opened it back up, and the guys that worked for me, 2 of them came back. And one of the ladies that worked for me, even when we were shut down and I wasn't paying her, she came into work every day.
That's incredible.
So that's incredible. So Lois, if you're listening, love you.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, I felt like you guys welcomed me into that family too. I mean, you could feel the family in that room, right, Mick?
I love my favorite. It's so building. Funny. You go in the big, huge recording studio, the TV studio.
Yeah,
it's amazing. You go in the music rooms. It's amazing. My favorite room in there was upstairs where everybody sat. That big office area.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you why. Because when you were in there, it felt fun and electric.
Yep.
Like, those kind of environments are so great for artists and creatives.
And we had a lot of fun. We had Jen Seidel doing
body painting,
makeup.
Yeah. Oh, and makeup.
She was doing makeup for us.
Yeah. It was amazing.
It was just a fun event.
For sure.
It was a lot of work, though.
Yeah.
It really was. But
you retired.
Yeah, if you want to say that.
Well, let me ask you this: is Mike still there?
No, Mike.
What is
left.
Mike doing?
When I shut it down, Mike left, and Mike went to work for one of his friends, Mike Valeni, and he now works in insurance.
Oh, good for him!
And he makes more money than I've ever made.
Right, of course. Yeah, and him too, right?
I don't know if he does now, but he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. You know, I had to lay my wife off, and I had to lay Mike off.
You're not laying people off, Vance.
Yeah.
I mean, take that off your conscience, bro. What were you gonna do? You either burn a legacy to the ground and bankrupt it,
right,
and see what happens, or you just say to everybody, "Hey, I don't know what's gonna happen, but we can't do it."
I just said take a break, and I had just enough money in the bank to pay everybody for one more payroll.
Did you really?
Yeah. So
I mean, you did the right thing, man.
Yeah, I know, but
what are you supposed to do?
After 40 some years, man, that was a tough week.
Well, you've had a ton of great productions that you've done that I haven't been a part of, but a bunch that I have as well. And the Maryland Music Awards, I know we touched on that earlier.
Yeah.
But an undertaking like that, there's, I got to hand it to you, not only for the amazing production that you put together and just with all those moving parts and it being on TV. And I mean, it's a handful. Yeah. But on top of all of that, you got to deal with the politics of the Maryland music scene. Talk about that a little bit, because, everybody's going to have an issue with no matter who is getting these awards and not getting these awards, right?
They definitely do. Yeah. And again, I make a point of telling people it's up to you. All I do is I put the information out there. So you can vote for whoever you want. You can nominate whoever you want. I got nothing to do with it.
Right.
And same thing when it comes to winners. I've got, so I don't know if you guys know this, at the beginning, it's anybody can vote for a band to get nominated.
Yeah.
Right. So we take the top 6 bands that have the most votes, and they are in their category. And then we get a sample of music from all those bands, and we send them out to 80 people that are in the business.
Yeah.
People that are in radio stations, people that own clubs, just everybody that's not a band member.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that do the final vote. I got nothing to do with it. Yeah. And I have to tell people that, but nobody believes me.
No, you're going to take a bunch of flack from it no matter what. People are going to yell and scream and talk crap about you.
Yeah, when I first did it, it was funny. When I first did it, a friend of mine called me up. He goes, you're an asshole. I said, well, I know that.
Why'd you waste those 4 seconds?
I said, well, why are you telling me that? He goes, if you do this, everybody's going to come after you.
Yep.
And you know what I said? Bring
it on.
Yep.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah. I agree with you. But it takes some thick skin for
I was gonna start. I'm not kidding. I was gonna start a comedy Hall of Fame, like a Baltimore comedy Hall of Fame. But after I induct me, who's left?
Yeah, it's
no, but so I understand
it's
that.
Not a fun. I mean, it is a fun thing. The last one we had was incredible, and it was one of the last shows at Ram's Head before they went out of business.
Right.
So, and I'm going to tell this story real quick.
Yeah. So, don't tell it quick. Take it. I'm loving these.
Yeah.
So after the show, I get a call from Ram's Head saying, you blew up all of our low end speakers during your show. And I went, bullshit.
Right.
Said I was there. Keith Nachosky was the sound guy.
Yeah.
I said, Keith is one of the most respected. I said, and I know who the bands were, and there's no way we blew those up.
Yeah.
And then I look on their roster and I see the next 2 days they had a death metal fest.
Right.
Yeah.
And I went, okay, so you guys do know I'm not paying this shit.
Right.
I wait about 2 days and then I get another invoice from them for $12,000.
Right.
I said, what's this for? I just paid you like $10,000.
Right.
And they go, well, that's for all the people that worked here. I went, no.
Yeah.
I've done shows there a couple times and I've never had to pay that.
Right.
And so it went back and forth a couple times, and I felt so sorry. The lady that was in charge at the time, she goes, I'll tell you what. She goes, if you can pay me just a couple thousand, she goes, I'll pay the rest out of my pocket. Which I doubt she did, but maybe she did.
Right.
So I paid him another, I think, $2,000 or $3,000, and that was the end of that.
Sheesh.
You still got they shook you down still.
They shook me down, but that's okay.
It's it's the business too.
They've been great to me. So
I get it, man. It's a crazy business, isn't it?
It's bizarre, and
there's so many moving parts.
And you know what? The recording rate now is the same. Like I started in 1970 when I got out of high school at ITI.
Wow.
The recording rates then are almost the same as they are now.
Are you serious?
Yep.
That's 55 years later.
Yeah, and you're still getting 75 to 100 and some. We at Sheffield we went on a binge for a while. When I first took over the book and the audio students, I'd go to New York, and I'd get these POs.
Yeah.
And they booked the studio for like 4 weeks, and they go, well, how much? And I go $3,500 a day, and they go, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do anything.
Right.
Just thanks, send me the check.
Yeah.
But now it's just so much different. That's the other reason I got out. It was just I could see some of the writing on the wall.
I've been making these predictions for a while now, and I really believe it, Vance, and you may disagree. I think there's a generation of kids that are brewing right now, and I'm talking teenagers to like 20 that are kind of finding rock music again.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
These young kids are interested in playing music again. And I think all these music studios that went away, the ones that are still here, are about to have an explosion.
And there's
I hope
a
so,
lot
man.
of them that went away.
Yeah, a lot.
Just because we all grew up on Stadium Rock, so I mean, for that reason, I feel like it's nostalgic for me. And I
you
hope it
think
comes
about
back.
Stadium Rock was around truly for, let's say,
64 to 90s.
Let's say it ended in 2000.
Yeah,
That's 40 years.
yeah.
40 years.
Yeah.
And then we had that weird 15 years here, whatever it is. And then the last 10, I don't even know what the hell's been going on.
Yeah.
But I think there's a movement, and I'm not saying it's just white people rock. That's not what I'm talking about. But sort of a return to what like the roots of things are.
Yeah.
Because now it's all the way up to the top. And there's nobody knows where it all came from.
Well,
Right.
And that's when things start to evolve again, I think.
You know what else doing the Maryland Music Awards? I discovered how many truly incredible bands are out there
Holy shit.
nobody knows about.
It's unreal.
And they wouldn't go to see them because it's original music. You know,
Right.
people go in the bar to see cover music. And don't get me wrong. I mean, cover music is great.
Yeah.
But when we do the Maryland Music Awards, it's all got to be original music. And when I tell people that, they're like, oh, okay, well, never mind.
And they have no idea. I mean, I did Noise in the Basement for 15 years, and it was the same thing. I was like, man, you have no idea. The bands that you listen to on the radio, you could come down and find that band in this little tiny club.
Absolutely.
Somebody at that level of talent and songwriting ability.
On Steve Whiteman's podcast, one of the reels, he said, it's the craziest thing you'll ever see. We'll do 5,000 people in Maryland. We drive 2 states over to Ohio, 7 people. 7 people showed up. Back to Maryland for another 5,000. Off to Toledo, 39 people show up. He just put it in perspective of how insane your life is in this business.
Yeah.
Look at Crack the Sky around here.
Oh my God.
Crack the Sky, and those guys are fabulous, and I love them all.
Groundbreaking.
But they leave here, and I don't think they have the big following. I mean,
Nobody, I don't mean to be rude.
No.
Nobody gives a shit anywhere else but here.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah,
It's horrible. They're one of the best bands I've ever heard or seen, but it doesn't matter if nobody knows.
Yeah. There's a lot of Baltimore bands like that, man.
Dude, I mean, I'm telling you right now, they kind of get mentioned a lot, but I Child's Play was one of the greatest blues
we
rock
had that
bands.
conversation, man. That album Rat Race should have been one of the biggest albums of 1990.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
That band was phenomenal. There were Jimmy's Chicken Shack, just incredible. My God, I am drawing a blank because there's so many. I think back to
There's a bunch, Mick. I mean,
Monkey Spank. You remember Monkey Spank?
Yeah, I mean, there's a list.
The Kelly Bell Band.
Well, right.
What the hell? I think he's got 15 original albums. Every one of them is badass.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I love Kelly.
Yeah. It's amazing, man.
Kelly's my host now for the Maryland Music Awards. For the
As
next
he
year.
should be.
We did a 3-year agreement, so he's we had a guy win the best country not last year but the year before, named Jackson Dean.
Yeah.
And man, after that he just took off. I mean, he's playing all the big shows in Nashville. He's doing all kinds of stuff. And then last year we had Jimmy Charles won the best.
Yeah.
And Jimmy's all over the place now. So
yeah,
hopefully we help people. And Matt, I know you helped like Ballyhoo back in the day. You know, you were one of the few people that were playing that. You know, and
that's another band. I mean, you know, those guys are doing well. Those guys are doing 2,000 heads.
Oh my God, I forgot
about
now, Ballyhoo.
You know?
Yeah.
There's another incredible band.
Yeah.
Who's that young kid band now that just did 10,000 kids in the park? Turnstile.
Turnstile. Yeah.
You ever even heard of them? I'd never heard of them.
Yeah,
First time I heard of them, 10,000 people in Carroll Park.
Yeah, it happened quick for them.
I'm
really
like,
did.
that's a pretty good band.
Yeah.
First public gig or whatever, you know, 10 grand.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. I saw that.
It's, you know, this town's amazing. And you know, look, there's a million incredible towns. I'm going to be honest about some. I've been to a lot of them. I've never seen the level of depth that you can go to that were actually assembled and out there and available to us. Unlike a lot of other cities.
Yeah.
People talk about the certain town sound or this place that Baltimore was so diverse and so great.
Yeah.
There was so much great everything. Rock, metal,
Jazz.
funk, jazz.
Yep.
I mean, you got
Gospel.
guys like Carl Filipiak and Dennis Chambers.
Yeah.
Just shut up.
Yeah.
Any other city, shut up. We got it. Whatever you need.
Yep.
Like it's amazing.
Agreed.
I don't think Carl can win a Maryland Music Award this year. I think he's already won 3 or 4. So I think.
Yeah,
Wow.
We got a 4-term limit on the Maryland Music Award. Do you do a lifetime achievement?
We haven't. I've had 2 people ask me about that. Somebody wanted me, a gentleman named Tom Reyes. I don't know if you know Tom.
I'm not sure.
He's a piano player, real good jazz guy. He wanted me to do a thing for Ethel Ennis.
Wow.
But what I said was, first off, most of the people there have no clue who Ethel Ennis is.
Of course.
Because,
Yeah.
you know, we have a much younger audience for the Maryland Music Awards. And I've only got so much time.
I hear you, but I'll be honest with you. Never mind. No, because it's me giving opinion over something.
Right.
And I don't want, no.
Okay.
I will tell you this, though. The fact you did it, that show, and to honor the scene means everything.
It's been a blast.
Good for you,
It
man.
really has. And you know what makes me feel good is as I'm going through like my Facebook and stuff,
Yeah.
and I'll see all these musicians in their house, and hanging up behind them is the Maryland Music Award. You know,
It's got to be an incredible
it's
feeling.
like a gold record. And
Yeah.
I've also been told by booking agents that if you win the Maryland Music Awards, that they generally get more
Of
money.
course you
I'm
do.
sure.
Of course
Yeah.
you do. Yeah. I
So-
mean, yeah. It's like
That's
when I won the funniest black comedian in Baltimore. You know that I did that, right?
No.
I won the funniest black comedian contest.
Yeah.
I forget
Wow.
what year, 90.
Wow.
91.
You're canceled, bro.
Yeah. Anyway, it didn't help me.
Yeah.
Once I sent the headshot, they thought, oh, they must have got the name wrong on the winner.
Something's wrong.
Yeah, something didn't work. Anyway, Vance, it's awesome. Stick with us right now. We do our little version of the news. Would you like to do it with us?
Absolutely.
All right, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and hit it, Matt.
What if your morning coffee held a secret? Well, in the world's blue zones where people live exceptionally long and vibrant lives, our beans are born. This is Coffee Belong, a rich, smooth coffee grown from a tradition of wellness. It's more than a drink. It's a sip of happiness. Taste the secret. Find your happiness at coffeebelong.com.
You know, Matt, one of the things I just really listened to that spot, right? And I went for a certain kind of calming
Yeah.
read, you know, because normally I'm all, you know, whatever. So I was trying to be calm and listening back to it. I don't care if you have a Baltimore accent, even calm, it just enjoy that morning coffee. Just think about them hills in Costa Rica. I mean, I'm not quite that bad, but I can still hear it every now and then, and it makes me laugh, man.
Well, tell
But I
them,
will
tell
not-
them in your Baltimore accent to
if you
use
go
our
to
promo code.
if you go to coffeebelong.com, right? Go there. It ain't coms. I'm sorry. I just say .coms. But go to coffeebelong.com and I'll use a promo code Mickey Talks. Oh my God. You get like 10% off the whole thing.
Every order.
Every order. I remember like 20 years ago when 98 Rock doing that. I swear to God, one of the funniest things that ever happened. It was Russ Mottler's show, so it might have been longer than that. Yeah, it was 30 years ago, whatever. So this guy calls up, and I'm doing this accent, right? Like, listen, I've been there 100 times. This guy gets on the phone. He's like, why you got to mock me? I'm like, I ain't mocking you, dude. We sounded identical. We did it back and forth for 3 minutes. It was hilarious. All right, buddy, the best news I've ever watched. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's the facts, Matt.
So, I don't know if you noticed, but there is now a White House TikTok. And it's just weird because of the timing of all this. Its launch is interesting because, it's owned by China-based ByteDance.
Yeah.
They're facing a September 17th deadline to either sell its U.S. operations or be pulled from American app stores. The deadline's been kind of pushed. It was initiated under Joe Biden last year and extended multiple times by President Trump. But they're looking for a buyer, I guess. So TikTok has denied the claims that ByteDance is grabbing our information. It's kind of a over national security concerns. Lawmakers from both parties worry that TikTok's parent company could be forced to share American user data with the Chinese government or manipulate content to serve Beijing's interests. But Carolyn Levitt says that the administration is working to ensure a deal is reached so Americans can keep using the app safely.
Yeah, I mean, there's some of this stuff, especially when we get into the AI part, and nobody's in charge. It seems like the AI is. You know what I mean?
What do we mean as far as grabbing people's information?
Yeah, what can stop? I mean, AI can write, what's it like? I forget how many coders at the same time working with individual parts. It's like 5,000 times faster than
it is,
them.
but I guess the big concern is that we need an American company that is behind all that now and not a Chinese company.
Well, if you remember the horrendous conversation, I don't want to get political. I know you don't like to. Anyway, it was handled badly from the beginning, from the offset of the negotiation. We were going to ban it. Trump finally did when he got in office, but it started before him, and it was set up poorly. Because, listen, the United States has a gateway to everything that enters it through the internet. It does, whether anybody wants to admit that or not. All right? And the world does. That's why North Korea gets the internet they get. That's why Russia gets the internet they get. That's why Saudi Arabia and the whole world gets the internet the government wants you to get. So if our government doesn't want us to get TikTok, they can stop it right now. Or they can demand, if TikTok wants to remain in the market, this is what you have to do or you're done. And people will argue that, saying, oh, well, you're a dictator. Yeah, you get to dictate your own country's policies. Yeah, that's the thing. You do get to dictate. You
can't have
to
a
the
foreign
world
government collecting our information.
Correct. And it really bothers me, and I don't mess with TikTok a lot. Not exactly for that, because I think we're already completely exposed in every way every one of us could ever imagine. So it doesn't matter. Everyone's on the grid. However, I'm not opposed to somebody just coming in and going, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. For the cause of public understanding and calmness and removing anxiety, we're gonna slow some shit down because humans don't work as fast as the world is going right now. I think we all need to take some deep breaths and understand what's really happening, because the shit is out of control. I don't know if you agree or not.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
right?
I'm getting ready to take a couple AI courses.
Pull that close to you, buddy.
I'm sorry.
That's all right, buddy.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to take a couple AI courses because if you don't know AI,
it's unreal.
You're out of luck.
It's incredible.
Well, what's crazy is even the people developing the AI, they can't keep up.
Right.
They're not able to. It's moving so quickly. So
I mean, listen, you're developing something that develops itself faster than you're developing.
Yeah.
So I want you to think about the very logic of what I just said. The person in charge is behind the thing it's inventing, not vice versa.
Yeah. So we're eventually gonna have general AI,
which is
artificial general intelligence, which is where it is as smart as every human. It can solve problems. It can think.
It's on its own at that point.
But at that point, the AI is going to be able to create what they call super intelligence. So ASI, artificial super intelligence, which is going to, we're not even going to be able to keep up. It'll be smarter than all the smartest humans in history.
Hey, I don't want to sound a bell here. I don't. But this is one of the most critical times in humans' history. I'm not making it up. We are on the cusp of either paradise or hell. on
And
Earth.
nobody knows. Nobody
And-
knows.
And I'm not opposed to slowing it down to not rush into hell.
I think it's too late, man.
The Terminator knows.
Yeah, well, I'm not. The
Skynet
problem
knows.
is we're looking at Terminator.
Yeah.
This is the opening credits, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to do some day trading. So I'm going to take the course of AI that helps you select what stocks. And I'm curious.
You don't even need to take the course
I'm
anymore.
curious
You know
to see
that,
what
right?
happens. No, I haven't really
Dude,
done that. I
you-
just bought a new laptop.
If
so.
you integrate AI into your portfolio and let it day trade for you,
It just does it.
it just does it and
Yeah.
it makes sense. And, AI cannot predict a building catching on fire and the company's stock going down, but it can see trends
thought you-
that humans
I
would
thought you
never.
just follow Nancy Pelosi's moves.
Dude, I think everybody, people say to me, what's going to be her legacy? Right now, she should start an investment course
Yeah.
because that lady's the smartest investor I
Right.
have ever seen based on her salary.
Did
Right.
either one of you guys get into crypto at all?
I own a tiny bit thanks to someone else. Yes.
Yeah, I got into it a little bit, but I watched it and it went up and then it went down and
Yeah.
then it went up and then it went down and it just kept doing it. So finally, I basically got almost totally out. But as soon as I got out, it went way up.
My only thing that I did with crypto ever, and I actually didn't do, but I tell this story because I think it was back in 2010, maybe 2011, something like that. I was buying, because I'm a hypnotist for people that don't know. I was buying a rare hypnosis book
Yeah.
that was online. It was from somebody in Europe, and the guy wanted me to pay him in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And I had no idea even what Bitcoin was at the time.
Right.
And it turns out at the time it was the book was like $50 or something like
Right.
that, and it was $1 per Bitcoin at
Right.
that time. So he
Right.
wanted me to buy 50 Bitcoin, and I couldn't figure it out. I was confused by the thing. I was like, let me just pay you some other way? But I think back to that now. I'm like, God, if I had paid him that and then grabbed 50 Bitcoin for myself for $50
Yeah.
and hung on to it, what life would be like right now.
There's a Bitcoin right now that's been in the news that's pretty cheap that I have a very tiny amount of money tied up in. But if it explodes, I'm all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I say tiny bit of money, I mean like a week's worth of lunches or maybe two. Like I don't have much tied up, but it's so cheap.
Well, I imagine hanging on, like much like stock, I guess hanging on to it is kind of the key, right?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
need it right now.
Right.
Yeah, but some of that stuff, like you say, it's so cheap. Some of that stuff's like less than 2 cents.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
And you get on and you just watch it. You know,
It's-
look at the, what was it? Dogecoin,
Yeah,
you know? And,
Yeah.
And that was like a comedy type thing,
Right.
unfortunately.
yeah, no, you're right.
But,
But I tell you this, the Trump coin
Yeah.
performing
Yeah.
astronomically.
that went down like a rock.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. I went in.
I did buy the watch, the sneakers. No, I'm kidding. I didn't buy anything.
I went into Wawa yesterday to hit an ATM machine, and there was actually a crypto ATM machine
I saw
next
it.
to it. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I've
I've seen that
them.
in there too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty wild.
So Delta United hit with a class action lawsuit over window seats. Have you heard about this?
No.
There's been a class action lawsuit that's been filed against Delta and United Airlines by passengers who claim the carrier sold them premium window seats without actual windows. So what happens is, these people get in there, they think they bought a window seat, and they're next to an air conditioning duct or an electrical system, with the airlines failing to disclose this information, leading passengers to pay extra for seats beside a blank wall. So
I would kill. That's the
Oh.
perfect seat for me.
me too. I love the window. I was going to ask you. So window seats
No, no,
your
no.
thing?
If it didn't have the window,
Oh, you like
I
that?
can still lean like this.
Yeah, right.
And then when I'm drifting off, right, and my eyes open,
yeah,
and I look out that window and I realize I'm 100 million feet in the air and I have a panic attack,
yeah.
I would love to not have that. I like to just imagine I'm sitting on a Greyhound
Well,
bus.
you can pull the shade down, Mick.
No, I
Right?
do that, yeah. But the window in front of you is open. You can see it
Yeah,
because you got your head cocked over.
right.
Yeah, I don't need the window. I don't need the aisle. The aisle is my favorite.
Yeah,
I mean-
the aisle's mine.
Yeah,
That's my go-to.
yeah.
Is that right? You like the aisle seat?
Yeah, I
Well, I
do.
like the aisle because I can get up and go to the bathroom
Whenever
I don't have
you
to
want.
crawl
Oh, that's
across
true.
people. Plus, I can stretch my legs out until
Bingo.
they yell at me.
Bingo.
See, if I'm by myself, I want the window seat because, like you said, you can lean your head up against it, take a nap. If I'm with my family, I don't care. Like if it's me, my wife, and my daughter,
Yeah.
I'll sit wherever. It doesn't bother
Let me
at all.
guess. The middle.
I'll end up in the middle.
Of course you do. The middle seat sucks. That's where that's the dad seat.
Daughter will go window.
That's the dad seat. Is the middle.
Yep. It sucks if you're with strangers, though. If you're the middle seat.
Yeah, no, I know.
Some people are like, oh, you get 2 armrests. You really don't. You get an awkward situation with the people next to you.
Yeah,
right?
where you got to bump them off.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So did you hear that Frank Caprio passed away? Do you know who Frank Caprio is?
Yes, hold on.
The judge.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that old
dude.
He was
a great guy.
He had a World
Me
War
too.
II veteran on one time, and the guy was 93 years old, and he got a stopping sign violation. He didn't complete stop.
Yeah.
So the guy goes to him. He's 92 years old, and DiCaprio says, "We're just sorry." The guy had a hat on. He said, "What were you in or whatever?" And they talked about the war a little bit. So DiCaprio goes, "Hey, what happened, buddy?" And he goes, "Well, Your Honor, I was driving home from my morning breakfast stop that I go see my buddies at. There's only a couple of us left. Like, the story was beautiful.
Right.
I'm driving home and pulled up to the stop sign. There's no one ever drives in my neighborhood, Your Honor. I slowed way down and thought I stopped, went through, and the cop's there, and DiCaprio says to the cop, 'How did this man react to you pull him over?' And the cop goes, 'I think he was a perfect gentleman, and he had nothing but respect for me, Your Honor.' And DiCaprio goes, 'All right, well, I'll tell you what. What's he in, Massachusetts?' I think
he's in Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. I knew it was up there. He goes, 'I think for your service to the country in World War II, the state of Rhode Island can let this one slide.' Everybody go with that? Thank you, buddy. Have a great day."
He
did that so many times.
Stuff.
Yeah.
I love when his shorts will pop up in my feed on different things, and I always watch them.
Of course.
Frank Caprio, the retired Providence municipal judge, affectionately known as the nicest judge of the world. He died on Wednesday at the age of 88 after a long battle with pancreatic cancer. His family announced it on social media. They said he passed peacefully following a recent health setback, shared via an emotional video from his hospital bed. So you can see his goodbye. I didn't catch that,
Did
actually.
you see that?
No.
That'll make you cry.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
What was
If you
it?
get a chance. It's him talking at the very end before he dies.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I ain't watching that today.
Yeah.
Now, see, I didn't realize, I saw the social media videos, but I didn't realize he had a televised courtroom on Caught in Providence.
Yeah.
It was the name of the show. It brought viral fame for its compassion and humor, presided with empathy for nearly 4 decades before retiring in 2023. And all kinds of tributes have been pouring in, with the governor of the state ordering flags flown at half-staff in honor of the judge.
I love it.
Yeah, he was a great guy. We need more of that.
Hey, Matt, did
Absolutely.
I tell you my idea that I have for a side show?
What's that?
I give women relationship advice from a man. No, hear me out.
Okay.
From a man's point of view.
Right.
Like, I bet if you ask 10 women, what do you want in a man?
So what, you're going to call it mansplaining?
No, I'm gonna call it woman-splaining.
Right.
Because women have decided what we want without actually hearing it, the things men really want. So I just want to try to help women understand what men are telling them, because it's usually exactly what men are telling them. Do you know what I mean? And I don't mean this as an insult. I just think I've learned something very recently.
Is it that men are from Mars?
It's that kind of philosophy, but I think women think emotionally in all their decisions. It's emotional based.
Yeah.
And I think men are logical and practical, where a lot of times it's hard to swallow, but you know it's right. Where I think women focus on how they feel about the fact that it might not feel good, but it is right. Does that make sense?
Mick, you might need a bodyguard walking to your car.
Am I way off? You think I'm way off?
I don't think you're way off. I think both men and women need an interpreter for the opposite sex. You know, at times, a reminder of that kind of thing.
And I would like to invite a woman to be a host on a show where she gives men advice.
Yeah.
What women actually really want from a man. Or maybe I just find a woman that I can argue with. Not argue, that's not the right word. Debate with, that I don't have to worry about an emotional connection to.
Yeah, or inform. More like inform, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be, I just really think it'd be interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Just the thought I had. That's how my ADD works, Vance. Welcome to the show, buddy. Back to the news, Matt.
Yeah, here's a weird fight for you guys.
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal has accepted a challenge to box Will Smith's former bodyguard.
I got to process that.
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah. So here, I'll break it down for you.
Go ahead, brother.
Shaquille O'Neal is ready to settle a beef inside the boxing ring. The NBA Hall of Famers accepted an invitation to spar with Charlie Mack, a hip-hop music veteran who was once Will Smith's bodyguard.
Oh, that's great.
The time and place of the boxing match has not yet been determined, but the beef is weird. I don't think I quite get it, but I think Shaquille O'Neal has accused Will Smith's former bodyguard of karate chopping him. And that's what the beef is about. The rapper, Charlie Mack, he says, we were in Dallas doing an autograph signing, and O'Neal came and tried to jump in front of the line. And Mack, who was reported to be in his 50s, told an interviewer that I chopped him in his neck so he could get back. So this is all going to end up in the boxing ring.
You think it's real?
They'll probably both make $10 million.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Is it real or is it just...
I think it's clickbait, but
I do too.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question, though.
Yeah.
You both of you were very involved with karate, correct? Or the martial arts?
A little bit, yeah.
Does the karate chop work like when in movies where they hit you in the neck, like, haga?
I mean, I've never been taught a karate chop.
Haga!
I mean, I
You ever see it though in the movie? They always go
jiu-jitsu, and if I
Yeah.
karate chop somebody, it would have been bad.
I
Yeah.
think a lot of that is pressure points where you hit them.
Where you hit them and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that. Yeah. Because I always wanted to say some dude's messing with me, and I just went, hiya! And then, hiya! And then they would fall. And I would just go, all I did was the karate chop,
Yeah.
like in the movies. You know what I mean?
Well, look, you save your knuckles anyway, right? If you
Yeah.
hit somebody,
Yeah.
you're going to hit them with an open hand.
You know, I learned a trick young fighting. The first two punches were closed fists. Then I opened them up.
Yeah,
Swear to God.
right.
I'm telling you, slap somebody right.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you hit them with the palm of your
Dude,
hand,
yeah.
right here, I mean,
That
it's
first,
going to.
if I had to take that first shot, like if I had to throw the first punch,
Yeah.
it was a punch. And I do a left, right. And if it went on after that, I'm open-handed because
Yeah.
I ain't breaking nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, people watch television and go, that doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah. If you've never punched somebody in the face,
Yeah, it hurts.
your hand hurts as much as their face.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's really the reason why people are wearing boxing gloves.
Of course.
I mean, it's
And now you got
safe
bare
hands.
knuckle.
Yeah, bare
Yeah.
knuckle.
Yeah.
I won't watch it. That's savagery.
We
to
have
me.
a lot of our, not a lot, but we have some of our fighters from Shogun that have gone on to bare knuckle.
No
And
way.
It's hard to watch.
Yeah, I can't do it. And especially
Yeah.
the women. Have you seen the female bare knuckle?
No, I can't even watch the.
I can't
mean,
watch the MMA women
well,
either.
I was going to say, when we have female, I
I-
love it when they announce it, but when they get in there and they're all bloody.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It was great watching Ronda Rousey back in the day. Though.
Yeah, but-
you know, they weren't real bloody fights. Though.
Right,
She
that
would
was-
armbar him in
Yeah,
30
she just
seconds.
owned them. And then when Holly
Yeah.
Holm came out and punched her in the face
Yeah,
6 times,
then it got real.
All of us went, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, it was cool watching them wrestle in them tight shorts and stuff. Let's be honest. That's what we were watching. No one ever went, wow, what a hip toss. Maybe they did. I don't know. I'm just saying how I watched it.
And the slap fights too. I can't watch those things.
Yeah, I
either.
don't like
I
that.
don't get that. I
Yeah.
don't get the slap fights.
Yeah, I don't either.
So Ozempic for dogs could hit the market in 3 years, guys.
Matt, this is disgusting.
You think?
We're inventing drugs.
It's
don't
ridiculous.
feed your dog and get it that fat.
Yeah.
Like that person should lose that animal. People say to me all the time, oh, people that own pets love them. Does that person love that pet?
Yeah. Stop feeding it so much.
Look at that pet.
That's gross.
This is a money grab for sure. America's obesity crisis extends beyond humans. Studies suggest that around 60% of dogs and cats nationwide are overweight. Those extra pounds could lead to serious health issues, sky-high vet bills, and fewer years with your furry friend. Well, in swoops the pharmaceutical companies. They're sniffing out new territory, tapping the same science behind blockbuster weight loss drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy to develop similar treatments for pets. Could be here in the next 3 years. What a racket, huh?
I mean, dude, come on. If you take
Feed them one treat, not 35.
Right. And don't feed it to them 10 times a day.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that most of the problems people have with pets is people want pets, but they don't. I'm not saying everyone. There's some amazing pet owners, obviously. Some people have pets to have them, but they hate doing everything that having a pet requires. And people do it with children too.
And it requires a lot. I was telling Matt, we're thinking about moving into a condo.
Yeah.
And the only reason I won't is if they won't let me take my dog. Because I'm not getting rid of my dog.
Well, I get that. Yeah, don't get rid of it. But I mean, I understand that. But to me, when you own a pet, you made a commitment. Because that pet, I mean, either that or open the door and say, get out. That dog will figure itself out.
Take it for a walk.
No, let it go.
Oh, let it go.
Let the dog get that fat that we just saw.
I was thinking exercise it too.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, Jesus. Yeah. I mean, it's like, what's the difference to do it to him or your Uncle Larry, who lays on the couch in the basement and eats all day?
Right.
I'm lucky. I got a big yard and a German Shepherd. So
that's beautiful.
He can run his ass off.
Right. Yeah.
So people are talking about their phones, guys, and the extremes people would go to just to save their phone. Nobody wants to lose or break their phone, and new research is revealing some of the shocking things people would be willing to do to avoid that. And it finds that 1 in 5 people would risk their safety by climbing down onto subway tracks to get their phone if they dropped it. And 54% would even fish it out of a filthy festival toilet.
Ugh.
Wow.
Nearly a third admit to crying when their phone broke, and 25% claim breaking or losing their phone would be more upsetting than crashing their car or losing their kid in a store. I mean, I got to admit, I would be pretty busted up. I mean, your phone is everything to you these days, but
I don't
over
get
your
it.
kid.
Yeah, but if I dropped it in the festival toilet, that phone's yours now.
Yeah, but here's my question though. I've lost phones, broke them, had to get a new one immediately. What's so devastating? Do you lose some pictures? Maybe. Yeah. But I just back everything up now.
Well, right.
I just hook my phone up to the cloud. It does it automatically.
Yeah.
I don't have to think about it. If I lose, that's just a device. Everything's above me in the clouds.
Yeah.
I got it. I just need a little transfer.
You hope you have insurance that'll cover a lot of it. But, if you got to buy a new iPhone out of pocket, that's a lot of money.
Well, that's the thing. Do most people really need an iPhone? That's like, dude, this phone right here, this little razor flip, right? It's neat. Right, it opens up, screen works, bam, close it, whatever, right? Fun little phone, a fourth of the price of the iPhone.
Yeah.
Everything I do in life, right here. I don't understand it. And I'm not putting people down. I'm just trying to tell people, like, you don't need any of this shit. You don't need any of it.
Yeah.
That's the thing I'm learning in life.
It's not just the iPhone. Everybody wants the new iPhone.
The newest thing.
Right.
And that's been going on since the beginning of time. But
barely anything's changed, you know?
Yeah.
From the last one.
Right.
What would you do, though? Would you climb down into the subway thing to go grab the phone if it fell?
I probably wouldn't walk downstairs on my own deck if it fell.
Yeah.
If I figured it's broke, I'm going to get another one.
Well, no, say it's not broken. Say you can see it on the tracks and it's still working.
I would do everything I could do to get it without risking my life for it.
Or how about if it falls into the porta pot?
I'm going back to the concert after I'm done what I'm doing.
I was going to say I'll pass on that one.
Yeah, that one I'm not reaching in.
No.
I'm not doing it.
Get yourself some hepatitis.
Do you remember the great John Madden?
Of course.
The football coach, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Tells a great story, and I forget who it was. It might have been Lal Alzado or one of those crazy Raider guys. Madden's walking out of the locker room, and he looks to his left, and that's where the toilets and urinals and stuff are. And there's a guy standing over the toilet, one of the guys standing over the toilet, and he's just staring. And all of a sudden, he reaches in his pocket, and he doesn't know Madden's watching him. And he pulls out a $50 bill, and he throws it in the toilet. Madden watches the guy, reaches down in the water, pulls out the money. Madden walks in and goes, "What the hell was that?" The guy goes, "Hey, coach, here's what happened. I dropped 50 cents in the toilet, but I couldn't make myself stick my hand in there for 50 cents. So I threw the $50 bill in there so I'd have to get it out. And I grabbed the 2 quarters while I was in there."
Oh, God.
That was a great story. A great story.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So I don't know when the last time is that you were delayed on a plane. It's never really that pleasant, of course, for anyone.
You know, ironically, I've probably flown. I'm not a jet setter. I've probably flown back and forth, so everything included, 30 to 50 times in my life.
Yeah.
I was delayed once, and it was 22 minutes.
No, you're lucky.
Wow,
I am
you
the
are
lucky.
lucky.
You're
Trust
so
me.
lucky.
Yeah.
And I've never had a bad takeoff. I had one crazy landing in Buffalo, and Dave Hill, our old boss, was like a very experienced flyer. And even he said when we landed, Mickey, that was one of the worst turbulence moments I've ever felt. But I got through it, so I'm very lucky. And I'm not a huge fan of flying.
Well, tell me if you would enjoy this if your flight was delayed. There was a jazz band that was aboard the plane, and passengers on a flight from St. Louis to Seattle got an unexpected pick-me-up when jazz saxophonist Dave Koz and his bandmates held an impromptu jam session in the aisle while the plane was stuck on the tarmac hundreds of miles from their final destination. Happened on August 11th. You can check out the video here. See the guy back there with the blue hair?
Yeah.
I think he's in a group called Too Many Zoos. Do you know them?
No
They're like
clue.
a ska band.
No.
I'm pretty sure that's him.
I don't know, brother.
But yay or nay on that? Would that be entertaining or
It
annoying?
depends
for you?
how long it went on.
Yeah.
1 or 2 songs I'm in, but
Yeah,
being stuck in a tube that loud with
Yeah.
brass instruments,
I think they did one song. Happened August 11th.
that would be amazing.
They were headed to Seattle for 2 days of shows, and what was supposed to be a direct flight was delayed. And they jumped up, did one song, and people looked like they were grooving. In
Oh,
the video.
hell
They
yeah.
They weren't
You know,
upset.
there was some dick in the back going, oh my God.
Yeah, make them stop.
Can you please? I'm sorry, this wasn't on my itinerary. And
Yeah,
I
Karen
have,
was upset. I'm sure.
Yeah, I have jazz ear syndrome. If my ears hear jazz, it makes me very, very anxious.
I need to speak to your manager.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So there is a Dunkin' customer that was forced to put out a fire that the staff ignored.
Yeah.
But trolls are now saying that she overreacted. This actually happened a couple of months ago, but it's going viral again. This video shows an incident where a customer put out a fire at a New York Dunkin' Donuts location, and how the staff responded is sparking a debate online.
All right.
In the video, the employees are seemingly unconcerned about the small toaster fire. The video set off a debate about whether or not the customer was correct to use the fire extinguisher. Many thought she overreacted, but tell us what you guys think here. So here you see the fire.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a very not serious fire in Dunkin' right now.
That's a little concerning, right?
Yeah.
Nobody seems to care. What the actual?
Nobody there attending to the fire.
Yep.
Like, one of you guys
Do
needs
the
to do
employees even know what's happening?
Yeah, watch. She's going to get a broom right now and do something weird with a broom.
Oh, look
which
at her.
I don't
Look-
even understand.
By the
Yeah.
way, look at the speed she's working at
Yeah.
to put out
Look
a
at this.
fire.
I'm not sure a broom is the
Hold on,
guys
she
have,
used
like,
the
a-
handle end of
you have
a
a fire
broom
extinguisher?
to wave at a fire.
And now you can hear her asking for the
There's gotta be a
fire
fire
extinguisher, the
extinguisher
customer,
somewhere.
and watch what she does.
Do you guys have a manager you can call?
She's asking for the manager. Can you call the manager?
And they're just
Do you have a
ignoring
fire
her.
extinguisher?
Yeah,
Or
there you go.
ignoring
Fire
her.
extinguisher.
Here,
right
she
there.
gets one
Here,
now.
you want me to
Watch
help you?
this,
Hold
though.
on. Let's just put this
Tell
here.
me if you think this is overreacting.
So you're gonna pull,
Yep. Point and shoot.
aim.
Yep, yep.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
No.
I guess
You're
it's
gonna
better
have
than
to
burning
call
the
the
building
fire
down.
department.
Good job.
You're welcome.
She's like, yeah, you guys are going to have to call the fire department.
She's right. I don't understand.
She's
I'm
getting a lot of
confused.
flack for blasting that small fire with a lot of people.
But
think,
nobody's
why?
paying attention to the 2 dunces working in a Dunkin' Donuts
Yeah, she waved
who
a
don't
broomstick at
understand
it.
that the piece of equipment is on fire.
And that the roof is probably
Yeah.
about to catch
Yeah.
on fire.
Well, it looked like it was under the hood. I couldn't really tell.
Yeah.
But however, I mean,
It's still a fire.
it's a fire in a public building.
Yeah.
And they're like, let me get a broom handle and wave it and cause more oxygen so the fire will burn more.
Yeah.
Hey, it didn't work. I waved the thing. Come on.
Let me put a flammable broomstick up there, see if that
in,
helps.
in my
Yeah.
eyes, here's the way I look at that, Matt. I'm really on fire.
That's
today.
kindling wood.
I'm on fire today with this comment. You asked if that was overreacting. My question to you is this. It was a woman who did it, right?
That
that
started
right?
the fire, you mean?
No, that put it out.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
correct.
Then in that case, no, it's not overreacting. I don't think a man would have handled it that way, but I think a woman handling it that way is totally normal.
What do you think you would have done?
In that situation,
Yeah.
I would have probably wet a rag and thrown it over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would have done. But
That's not what you're supposed to do for a grease fire, though, is it?
was that a grease? I couldn't
I don't
even
know.
tell. That's
I don't
the
know.
thing.
No, I think they said it was a toaster, so probably not. But it could be grease. I mean,
Yeah,
I
it might
don't
not
work
be
on
good then if
fire.
it was electrical fire. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe not. Maybe that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. That lady, I'm not mad at that lady.
Yeah, if it's
At
a
all.
toaster, you don't want to throw wet on it.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I don't really understand what it was. I thought it was like something sitting on top of the oven. Why
Yeah.
would something be up that high? Was it the exhaust of whatever that machine is?
No, I think it was literally the top of the toaster.
But what's up there?
Hold
That's
on,
my.
wait,
Go
wait,
back
wait.
and look.
Let me see. Hold on.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, there you go. Fire
Oh, that's a
extinguisher right
tray.
there. Here, you
Yeah, hold on. Let's
unless that's a heat vent, I don't understand that piece of
can you
equipment.
see it there?
Yeah, I see it perfectly.
Yeah, so it looks like a toaster where you would open the door. So that's like a door they open for the toaster, and
So if
inside the door, it's
So
there's a flame.
inside the oven is on fire.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I would have thrown
I
salt
could be
in
wrong.
there or
It's
something.
still electrical, though.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
electrical.
So you don't want to throw water.
Yeah, I
on
mean,
it.
you almost have to use the fire extinguisher, right?
Yeah.
Lady did the right thing.
Yep.
And I guarantee you, anybody telling, "How did you ever reacted?" You would have ran out of the store and stood in the parking lot and filmed it. So shut up. Lady, good job, lady. Dunkin' Donuts.
That's why I say, well done.
Yeah, that Dunkin' Donuts can afford a new machine.
Somebody had to do something,
Yeah.
right?
Them two
Yeah.
employees didn't.
Yeah.
How
for
many
sure.
likes did she get?
Yeah, exactly. that store should be called Dunson Donuts. What a dunce, both of them.
So I don't have any audio for this, but tell me if you think this is cool. Somebody took all of Dr. Johnny Fever's breaks from WKRP in Cincinnati.
I love whatever you're going to say next.
And they added the full versions of the songs he played and made a 3-hour radio show out of it.
Yes. Do you have any of it?
No, but you can go download the entire thing. You go to www.awfooey.com. It's AWPHOOEY.com. And there's a 3-hour radio
Does
show.
it list any of the songs? Do you have any of the
Yeah,
songs?
you can list the songs. I could go there and look at it real quick if you want me to.
No. I didn't know if
Yeah.
it listed any of the songs in the
It's
news.
it's literally all the songs from the show. So he
Yeah.
literally picked the entire playlist.
That's incredible.
Yeah. But
That's
but it's
awesome.
great.
That
It's
was
all
a great
clips from the
show.
show.
That
Yeah.
was that was a groundbreaking show, by the way.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Yeah.
When
Me too.
Turkeys Fly. Remember that? When
Yeah.
Turkeys Fly.
Classic. Yes.
It's unbelievable.
So millions of monarch butterflies are migrating across North America right now. The butterflies are leaving their summer breeding grounds for a 3,000-mile trek to parts of California. You want to see that?
Yeah, I do.
Kind of looks like this. According to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, the migration typically runs from mid-August through mid-November as monarch butterflies cannot survive prolonged cold conditions. Sometimes the swarms of traveling butterflies are large enough to be seen on weather radar. However, the number of sightings has significantly declined in recent decades.
That's probably not a good thing.
Yeah.
Those numbers are declining. I will tell you a little. Well, I have 2 butterfly stories.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear them?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. First one is this. The day my grandfather passed away, my mother's father, it was I believe we buried him, and a white butterfly right after the service at the graveyard, when you all start walking away, my mom, this was her father, was standing there, and a white butterfly came down and landed on the coffin. And from that point, for the rest of my mother's life,
Yeah.
anytime she saw a white butterfly, it made her think of her father.
This is
Right.
wild
Yeah.
because this is the way it is for my sister and my parents.
So listen to
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Listen to this story. Then when my mother died, we buried her. It was I think it was February, and there was snow everywhere at the graveyard. So we had to use the mausoleum. But as we were taking the coffin, and this is in freaking January or
Yeah.
February. We're taking the coffin out of the hearse, and we're walking up, and a white butterfly
In the middle of the winter.
in the middle of the winter
Wow.
landed on the coffin, almost dropped. Like,
wow.
I still remember it. I don't even know if I said anything to anybody till a while later, but I'll never forget that
Yeah, that's,
as long as I live. How that happened.
there are signs.
Yeah, it was weird. Then the other butterfly story, I swear, I was 7 or 8. We were living in apartments in Cockeysville, right? And whatever year you're in the second grade, however old you are in second
6,
grade.
7, right?
Yeah, or whatever. So I'm in second grade, and there's this dude lived behind us we always played with. We're all outside in the apartments running around, and we both sit down, and he goes, "Hey, you know those butterflies that are like orange and yellow and black?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Those are called monarch butterflies." You know how little kids do when you learn shit?
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, cool." All my life, at that second, a monarch butterfly landed on his knee. And he smashed and killed it.
Oh my God.
Because he panicked.
That came out of left field. I was not expecting
because he
that.
panicked.
Yeah.
He was like, "Ah!"
Oh my
and
God.
smashed it. And then he felt so bad. And him and I spent 2 days trying to capture a monarch butterfly.
Wow.
I'll never forget that story.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the truth. I saw those monarchs and I was like, I remember seeing it just smash it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They're beautiful butterflies.
Oh
man.
my
They
God.
Really are.
They're
Yeah.
when I see them, I stare at them till they fly away.
No, we went to the butterfly farm when we went to Aruba. We went to Aruba a few years in a row, and it's like this big enclosed. I mean, it's huge, huge enclosed area. It's all screened in though.
Yeah.
And there must be 10,000 butterflies in there, all
incredible.
different sizes and colors, and you get to see them eating fruit, and it's wild.
Yeah, they have one of those in Mexico too. It's amazing.
Yeah, I think I went to what city were you in?
I think it was Playa del Carmen.
Yeah, that's where I think I went. And yeah, it's amazing, man. Were you in there when they were just everywhere?
Everywhere.
It's like being in the ocean.
Yeah, it freaks some people out.
Yeah. Oh, it does. Yeah.
I love it. I mean, you can see all the chrysalises,
all of them.
and the bug. What do they call it? The caterpillars. On the leaves and everything.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's like
the whole cycle.
It's like a butterfly city.
Yeah.
It's like if Mexico City, a city that has like 10 millions of people in it, just all crammed together. That's what it would be like
for
butterflies.
Yeah.
They're in the most populous city in butterfly world.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah.
It's wild.
So guys, there's a guy who went to the doctor to complain about a sore nipple. And
I know this story. Go ahead. This is awesome.
What?
Hey.
Yeah. It actually turned out to be a knife in his chest.
Yeah.
This is his x-ray right here. Man in Tanzania recently walked into the hospital complaining of a sore nipple, which was leaking pus. Doctors, what they found next left everyone stunned. After running some tests, they discovered the man had been living with a large knife blade lodged in his chest. Then the man recalled all of a sudden that violent fight that violent fight I was in 8 years ago.
8 years.
Yeah.
That lived in that dude.
Yeah. He suffered multiple cuts to his chest. He was treated by doctors then and stitched up and went on with his life. He never suspected anything was still inside him. He had no chest pain or breathing problems, but that recently changed when he started feeling pain around his nipple. And then when doctors took an x-ray, they saw the blade clearly. It had entered through his back and somehow missed all the major organs. And the infection was caused by dead tissue that had built up around the foreign object. So the surgeons went in and removed the knife. They cleaned out the infected area, spent a day in intensive care. And amazingly, he's doing well now.
Yeah. And the crazy part of that story is the guy that stabbed him got off because they had no murder weapon.
Right.
Yeah.
No kidding, man.
Yeah, they had no weapon to prosecute the guy. That guy goes, somebody stabbed me and got away with it.
It's crazy.
Carried that. All right, what else? We got to do music. You ready?
Yeah, we can do music.
All right, let's do it right away. We are here with Vance. I don't want to say from Sheffield anymore. I don't know just Vance Van Horn.
Just me.
Vance from the concert, though. We will do from Stanstock, right?
Stanstock.
Yeah.
When is Stanstock again?
September 6th and 7th.
Yes.
Stanstock.org. It's linked in the description as well.
Where is it this year?
It's at Falston Barrel House.
Yes. And
45 bands.
2 days.
2 days.
Never Never's playing. Atomic Light Orchestra.
Yeah.
Everybody that's everybody.
You can go online and see the lineup of all the bands.
Yeah.
And the coolest part of all that is all these bands play for free.
Oh, yeah. It's incredible.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's amazing. And all that money's raised.
Yep.
Beautiful. Let's hit it, Matt. Hey, Baltimore, are you ready to laugh? Well, come see me at the brand new Hammer Jokes Comedy Club, located in the Bowman Restaurant on Harford Road in Kearney, Maryland. I'm going to be there for the grand opening weekend, October 3rd and 4th. Hammer Jokes is a brand new comedy club committed to uncensored live comedy. It's what comedy was always supposed to be. Join us October 3rd and 4th at the brand new Hammer Jokes Comedy Club, featuring me opening weekend. I hope to see you there. Tickets on sale soon. Look out for details. Ladies and gentlemen, the best music report in the business, Matt's Music Minute, brought to us by me.
That's right, and Hammer Jokes. So the Prince's Purple Rain co-star, Apollonia, she's sued the Prince estate, claiming that it improperly filed a trademark for the name back in June.
Wait. The Prince Foundation or whatever company copyrighted the name Apollonia?
Well, here's what happened. So she was born Patricia Catero.
Right.
She started using the name Apollonia in 1983 when shooting in the film and singing with the group Apollonia 6. Rolling Stone reports that her suit states, for all these years, neither Prince himself nor anyone on Prince's behalf demanded that Apollonia cease using the name Apollonia or contended that the name did not belong to her. The lawsuit says that the estate has also asked the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office to cancel Catero's Apollonia trademark, claiming it owned the rights to the name based on contracts she signed in 1983 and 1984. Catero asked a California court to determine that she owns the Apollonia name, arguing that the estate was time-barred from challenging her trademark rights. The trademark battle is likely due to the Purple Rain musical that will debut in Minneapolis this fall, as one of the characters in the production is named Apollonia.
I got to be honest with you, man. I think the Prince estate is dead wrong. It's petty. It's petty. This is a woman that is her only claim to fame.
And it sounds to me like they don't want to pay her the rights to use that name in the musical.
All this is.
Yeah.
Pay up. Yeah. Prince would have. I guarantee you.
Oh, absolutely.
Prince would have done it. Yeah. He let her keep that name all those years. Let her earn money with it.
Yep.
You're a piece of shit, whoever's making that decision, in my eyes. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a sad thing, man. And, and hopefully hopefully the jury or judge or whoever's seeing the case is going to give her justice.
I'm with you, homeboy.
John Fogerty from Creedence Clearwater Revival is winning his case, though. He's the singer and guitar player for CCR. He's finally acquired the publishing rights to the band's catalog after years of legal battles. He's set to release Legacy, the Creedence Clearwater Revival years, featuring re-recordings of 20 CCR songs he wrote. Fogerty reflects on his long-standing dispute with Fantasy Records and his emotional connection to owning his songs. The re-recording served as a statement of ownership and a way to reclaim his creative legacy. Despite his iconic hits, Fogerty remains creatively active and looks forward to writing new music. So that's been since, I think, 1968 is when the band was signed.
Yeah.
And Fantasy Records, they gave the label control of the publishing rights. That was the big mistake in those days that happened with a lot of artists, I think.
Yeah, of course.
And in 1985, Fantasy Records sued him for self-plagiarism. I don't know if you remember that.
Yep, I do.
He had a song called The Old Man Down the Road.
Yep.
They sued him, saying that he was stealing his own song, saying it was the same song as Run Through the Jungle by CCR.
Right.
But a jury found in Fogerty's favor in 1993 and ended up going to the Supreme Court even. And 2023, he got his publishing rights back, though.
Well, I will say this as well, and I believe this with everything in me. I think John Fogerty is one of the greatest American songwriters of all time.
Great band. Absolutely
incredible.
Great band.
CCR. I love CCR, man.
I'll tell you what, that late 60s, early 70s CCR is some of the best roots Americana rock.
It is, man.
There is, man. I am a huge fan.
I am too. It's just a bummer that it's taken this long for him to get it back.
I get it,
obviously, their time is
man.
passed.
Fortunate Son to me.
Yeah.
It might be in my top 10 greatest rock and roll songs.
Love that, man. I wonder
Proud
how much.
Mary, come on.
I wonder how much that catalog makes per year now. I wonder.
A lot.
You think it's still making a ton?
Yeah.
Dude.
It's been in a ton of movies, but is he gonna get Forrest Gump money now? Is he gonna get that, or
probably?
You think?
Yeah, I mean, listen, every time Forrest Gump makes money, they get payouts. right?
Yeah, yeah.
So if Forrest Gump estate gets paid, $1 million,
Yeah.
then they have to pay all the royalties and all that shit
Well,
out
he
of
missed
it.
out on whatever year that came out,
A lot of
92 or
it.
3.
A lot of
I
it.
mean, years and years of it.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
So Coldplay's Chris Martin is defending his kiss cam after the viral CEO video. Chris Martin says that the band had used it for a long time and it's never been a problem. The clip at the Boston concert led to the resignation of Astronomer CEO Andy Byron and HR chief Kristen Cabot. During a show in Hull, England, Martin noted that the Jumbotron fan camera is intended as a way to say hello to fans and is not a kiss cam.
I have no remorse, care, or concern with the two people that got caught.
That was hysterical.
Did you see that? Oh, my God. It was amazing.
I thought he was going to jump over the seats.
That guy's stomach, you saw the inside of it through his eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And
her, too.
They were mortified.
Yeah,
Busted beyond belief. I have no problem with it. You expect some sort of privacy. Not in public.
No, not at a Coldplay show.
What you expected was secrecy. That's different than privacy. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, look, you can't blame Coldplay at all for any of that.
Other than how bad they are.
Well, I believe he resigned right away, and then Kristen Cabot, the HR person,
the following week.
It was like a week or two later that she ended up resigning after how can you be the HR person and have that happen with the
boss
CEO?
Who's married to another woman in the same no.
Yeah.
I will say this though, you go Coldplay, there's nothing wrong with them, right? With what happened.
Of course.
Except for all the songs they played. Other than that, they did nothing wrong.
That was all the jokes. They were all like, that night, that man's wife found out that he's a Coldplay fan.
Yeah, exactly. They do write some great songs, though. He's a good songwriter.
Oh, yeah, very talented.
Oh, there's a beautiful thing I want to tell people about. Vance, I think you dig it. Dick Van Dyke, by the way, one of the greatest American entertainers of our lifetimes. And I know he's forgotten soul, but I'll never forget him. An amazing man. Chris Martin is married to, I think, either his daughter or granddaughter.
Oh, is that right?
Yes. And they spend time together. And there's a beautiful thing where Chris Martin wrote a song. I think it's On the Spot about what Dick Van Dyke means. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. I encourage anyone, even if you're not a Coldplay fan, just try to be a human being fan.
Yeah.
And why it's unbelievably beautiful.
Right.
You should watch it. I think you'd love it.
So Sir Rod Stewart is facing some backlash here, Mick. He's been accused of hosting an excessive boys' night. Rod Stewart faced backlash after posting a picture of his lavish dining room where he hosted a boys' night with friends. I'll show you the picture.
Yeah, go ahead.
The opulent setting features a marble floor, chandelier, and fine crockery, prompting mixed reactions from followers. While some criticized the display of wealth, others defended Stewart's hard work and charitable contributions.
The guy came from nothing.
Yeah, the rock star's extravagant lifestyle and estimated net worth of £219 million sparked a debate on social media.
Here's the debate. Jealousy is hilarious.
Yeah, for sure.
I look at that, right? And I think, first of all, I love Rod Stewart. Then I look around that room and I go, he's earned everything that's in that room.
I mean, what did you think his dining room was going to look like?
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
what's he supposed to have a townhouse?
Yeah.
Should he come up to Nottingham?
Some like IKEA furniture in there or something?
Yeah. Vance, you've met some incredibly wealthy people.
Well, I'll tell you Rod Stewart's story. We were doing Rod Stewart at the Apollo in New York, and there was 2 video trucks in our audio truck, and all the trucks are connected with intercom.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, one of the guys in the truck goes, "Guys, you need to go outside." We're like, "Why? What's going on?" We didn't know somebody was in a fight or whatever.
Right.
And he goes, "No, you need to go outside now." And we go outside, and Rod Stewart had a girl with him that her legs had to be 6 feet long.
Wow.
And I mean, it was so funny though. All the trucks emptied out.
Just to stare at the girl he was with.
Just to stare at the girl. Rod Stewart looked at everybody and just started laughing and walked in the Apollo.
I'm not kidding you. If I even saw Rod Stewart's penis's shadow, I might genuflect. That guy has been with some of the most unbelievably beautiful women that have ever existed.
What do you think about his taste, though? It kind of looks like my grandmother's great-grandmother's
I think it's different.
Dining room, doesn't it?
I see a bunch of stuff.
It's English.
It is English, but it's also
John Bon Jovi's the same way. If you look at his
I was
house, it
getting
looks
ready-
like this.
I was getting ready to say it's also very Italian in a way in its design. It's opulence, like you said.
It looks like great grandpa though.
I mean, it's so formal in a way. I mean, that's a formal dining room. That's what a formal dining room is supposed to look like.
But it's not what my formal dining room would look like.
Because
Would
you
it be
don't have that wealth.
No, but if I did, it
No,
wouldn't
would
look like that.
what you like.
Right. Yeah.
That's what he likes.
True.
I bet it was a hell of a party.
Yeah, I bet it was
I'm
awesome.
sure it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, good for you, Rod. Screw those people.
Yeah. Bless him,
You
man.
probably already did half of them. Yeah. So have fun, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's right.
That's Rod Stewart.
It is
Yeah.
Rod, Sir Rod.
I
to
mean,
you.
not only one of the greatest rock singers of all time,
Yeah, he's a knight.
but he's a top 3 coxman that ever lived. I mean, that guy's been with more women that were 10s than any human I know.
He's one of our gold records at Sheffield.
Is he really? You have a
Yeah.
Rod Stewart gold record.
Wow, that's
when
awesome.
when we did him at the Apollo.
Wow. That's awesome,
kidding.
though. Yeah, Rod Stewart. What a rock star. To me, there's like 5 guys I can name that I just go rock star. Like their whole life. Keith Richards, rock star. Rod Stewart, rock star. Robert Plant lost me. He used to be, but he kind of...
Oh, come on.
Nah,
you
I'm
gotta
not
put
buying-
Robert
nah,
Plant
I'm
there.
not
Get
anymore.
out of here.
Nah, he became like very...
Come on.
Nah, he became like a taller, older elf with that high-ass voice and shit.
What'd you
And it-
expect, man? He was singing about the
Yeah, I get it, but all the goblins and shit, and that's fine. I loved it all. But now he's at an age where he's like, Led Zeppelin was, it was great for its time. But I feel like I want to go on and do other things and be remembered.
Oh,
for
that
things."
guy invented being a rock star, dude. Come on.
Yeah, but now he makes us feel like shit for wanting it more. That's what I hate about Robert Plant.
But
I've done
does
that.
Does
I've
it have to
done
be
that.
current?
No, but when he's asked about it, he makes us feel like shit. I've been there, done that. Yeah, but guess what? You've done a lot of other shit, but that's kind of the stuff we like that you did the most.
They're coming back, aren't they? In Led Zeppelin
There's a
have another-
rumor. There's a
Yeah.
big rumor for like either one tour or one show, but very limited size. It's back on the map with Jason on drums.
Yeah.
Well,
But
Jason's doing his project right now,
Yeah.
and he's doing his tribute to Physical Graffiti, which is celebrating 50 years. this
Trust
year.
me, if Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, and John Paul Jones go, okay, we're going to do it in March. I don't care what's on the books for Jason. It's getting moved.
Oh, of course.
You don't
Yeah.
turn down Led Zeppelin,
Yeah.
right? Anyway, that's my problem. But like, there's so many guys that are they're just rock star, even in different genres, man. Like to me, like if I'm honest, man, if I'm really honest, Johnny Cash was a rock star. Like that whole vibe, Johnny Rotten.
He was punk. He was punk. I
Yeah,
would
but
call
that's
him.
where that comes
Yeah,
from.
Yeah.
Elvis was a rock star.
Yeah.
Everything about him. The Beatles were rock stars. Just their life, they lived a rock star life.
They invented rock stars. We should probably
No way.
say.
Elvis. Not even close.
Well, you're right. Well,
listen.
well, yeah.
It's not close. Not close.
What do you mean it's
Nothing
not
happened
close?
like
Of course, it's close.
no. As far as inventing the rock star, it was Frank Sinatra. Keep this in mind. Was the biggest entertainer in the world until Elvis showed up as a rock star.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. I can't. You can't discount Elvis.
No
but,
way.
You can't discount the Beatles either, though.
No,
man.
no, no, no,
I
no.
mean,
Absolutely
yeah.
not. I'm just saying you use the word inventing.
Right. Okay.
Elvis was the first guy
Point
they
taken.
ever
Yeah.
called
Yeah.
a rock star.
Right. Okay.
In my,
Yeah, of course. No,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah,
You're
that's all I'm
absolutely
saying.
right. Yeah.
The Beatles were second, but in so many ways, the Beatles were first. So it's a weird thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Elvis didn't write the shit.
And they invented stadium rock.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the Beatles are it, but
Yeah,
Elvis
yeah.
was the first poster boy.
Sure.
Wouldn't you think that's
Yeah.
fair, Vance?
Yeah. Elvis.
You were
Elvis
there.
good.
What was that? 37, 38?
Long time ago. Long time ago. Yeah.
Well, Vance, I got to tell you, man. What time is it, Matt? It's got to be like 7 o'clock.
Yeah, it's almost 7.
Vance, we usually are done 6:15. This has been. I
great,
I
guys.
enjoyed this so much, man.
Love catching up with you guys.
You too, man.
Likewise,
Don't be a
likewise.
stranger, dude.
Nah.
Check in every couple months. Come down, tell us what you're doing. You got so many stories. I could listen to
Oh.
them all day long.
I'm going to
All
write a book.
Let's tell people to support Stan Stock for
yeah,
sure.
That's the big thing.
Yeah.
Stan Stock, guys, please come out and support Stan Stock. And God bless Stan Gibson. I mean,
Yeah.
when we did the first Stan Stock, they weren't sure what Stan's condition was,
Yeah.
whether he was going to make it to the second Stan Stock.
Yeah.
And he has just poured his life into this thing.
Yeah.
So, Stan, if you're listening, love you, my friend.
All right, Stan. Thank you. To all the listeners, thanks. Back tomorrow at Natalie's. By the way, I'm so excited. Guess what I'm doing tomorrow night?
What are you doing?
Who would you say if you had to? I'll give you 3 choices, and we're going to end the show, but I'll give you 3 choices. If I could pick a concert I'd really be excited about based on how I grew up, I'll give you 3 choices. Who would I want to see?
Social Distortion.
Fair enough. Give
Billy
me
Idol.
Bingo.
But it's happening tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. And Joan Jett might be in my top 10.
Right.
I adore her.
Yeah. Merriweather's going to be fun tomorrow. It's going to be good weather, too.
And I'm going with my son. I'm so excited.
Amazing.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
so,
cool.
And my friend Steve Kitches, I get to see. You know Steve.
I know Steve.
We got a million stories about Steve.
Yeah.
I get to see him, too. So this is a huge thing. I'm really excited. So I won't be at Natalie's tomorrow. No, I'm kidding. But it might be a quick show tomorrow, so I can get there.
If you see Steve, by the way, tell him he owes me a 3/4-inch tape.
Is that right?
I don't know what that is.
You got it. I promise I will. Everybody else, tomorrow at 5, 9 from Natalie's. It is Mickey Talks. Tomorrow, episode 103.